Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Factorio Masochists Marathon. So last episode we were setting up the electronics outpost green circuit, so I wanted to expand the throughput on the bus a little bit, mainly just to the processing units, just to get at least all of these running. I did a little bit of math for the level of high-tech science packs we want to do. I think we need 30 processing unit assemblers, so that's going to be a lot of green circuits coming through. We're probably going to have to go for some red belts soon. Speaking of red belts, it's the first episode where we've actually used them. We just use a couple of red underground belts because now vanilla underground belts, red and blue, actually go further than normal. Not as much as the underground belts Redux, but a little bit more, so that always helps. Oh god, and the extremely loud noise of me using some grenades there. I'll have to do some editing there just to get rid of that. But anyway, this episode we're going to be getting on with doing some bots. We're finally going to get those done, so that's why we're clearing this area down the end here, doing a bit of biter pushing because we don't want them anywhere near the production. So I lay out 20 flying frame assemblers, probably too many, but that's like 1 a second. We're going to feed them off these electronic engine production just here, which I will double up at some point. We need to double it so that it can feed production science and the bot production both at full speed. But to be honest, there's never going to be enough steel to get it running that fast for a little while, so I don't bother doing that. I'll do that in the future. We may even never need it, and I may never even bother, but we'll see. I wanted to keep the ratio for flying frames nice and neat. Anyway, so we put 20 of those out. I think my plan for steel is to not produce it in the factory anymore. We will for the meantime. We'll actually expand it later on in the episode. But the next outpost is probably going to be steel. But eventually we're just going to replace the production of everything with outposts. Well, not absolutely everything, but obviously all the things we need for sciences. In fact, I kind of want to do an outpost for each kind of science and then just have like a labs depot somewhere where we just take all the sciences there. That's the scale I'm maybe hoping to go for, because science at the moment is just stupidly slow, partly because of the 4 times tech cost, but also because of the ridiculous expense of the recipes. So anyway, we get all the layout done for the production of bots, but we're not going to produce any anytime soon because there's virtually no steel coming through at all. So that's something we need to sort out this episode. But I stick in some crude defenses as per usual, just to make sure none of this gets trashed. I did mess around with the construction robot and logistics robot output a little bit. I was going to put it onto a belt, but then I realised I might as well just get the bots to do it for me. We're going to have a value on the output to the roboport anyway, so yeah, we'll just get the bots to do that, no problems there. Next up, we need to go and sort out Iron Outpost 2, get that all cleared out, and we also got some attacks up there, so I need to go and just have a look at the defences there, make sure that's all okay, and just before we leave, we come and sort out the defences down here as well, because those turrets nearly got completely trashed, and we don't want them, we don't want the biters expanding out near to the main bus. So we take the train up to Iron 2, we come and clear all of this out, sort these defences out here as well. Yeah, I put these defences in here properly with a wall and everything. Oh, excuse me. Oh, I don't know why I'm going to leave that in, but yeah, it just shows how much compression I'm running on my audio. Yeah, sorry about that. Just had to sneeze. Anyway, we come and sort all those defences out. But like I was saying, I put proper wall in there and stuff, and in a bit I do actually tear it out. But there was one little patch of ore here when we came up here. There was 80 units in one little square, so I dumped a miner in as soon as we got here, sorted out those defences, and then yeah, it's all gone already, so that's all cleared up. We've got it in the train. I come and upgrade these defences mainly just to stop any expansion spreading down here, but we are going to still have pollution from the uranium mine, and we come and take out the last of Iron 2. It's been quite a long-standing iron patch. This has been the main one we kind of cleared out to at the start of the series. It was the one that started to relieve me and take away my fears of there being any kind of stalemate. So anyway, that's all finally gone now. Get it all cleared out. Iron 3 is also fleeting at the moment. That's getting quite low, but we do go and look at that in a bit. Next bit for this episode, I wanted to come and clear all of this out, all the biters within these tracks. So with all that done, we skip ahead with all those biters cleared. I can take these defences out here now because I'm going to be just putting in some of these anti-expansion defences along the track here. I'll have to keep an eye on it just in case they do manage to sneak past. But these roughly have range. They cover the whole gap between them, so any caravans going in will get shot at and should be pulled over to the laser turrets and destroyed. So we have a bit of a problem up at Iron 3, Iron 4, is it? Yeah, iron 3 and iron... Is it iron 4? I don't know. I'm losing count of the whole thing now. Anyway, we come and expand the defences here because we got an attack at the Green Circuit's outpost. And yeah, we lost a few turrets, so I just increased the number there. I moved these down here just so we can have a few more because we do get regular attacks there. And we have an attack right on a train. We've got a big train jam up at Iron 3 because I haven't put enough signals in, but we also lose one of the carriages of one of the copper trains. So I picked that up because I don't have enough to make one on me, and we'll go and make one when we get back to the factory, and we'll put that back on the line. But while we're up here, we lay out the rest of the miners for Iron 3 and come and get all these attached, shuffling all the old ones along because they're going to be pretty depleted soon. But so long as every miner is eventually going to empty out onto the belts, that's totally fine. I don't really mind. But we do sit here for a minute just adding a couple of extra splitters just to make sure the throughput is allowing every single miner to go. So yeah, a lot of attacks this episode where we just have to go and sort out the defenses because, you know, there's just not enough. I should really go and do a full perimeter defense wall, but I kind of want to get the power armor sorted and make sure we've got a nice big space all around the factory. So I'm kind of putting it off and doing this firefighting, which I know isn't ideal and it is annoying. The alarm does go off a hell of a lot this episode. But one of the things with the perimeter defenses, I'm going to have to do a hell of a lot of biter slaying. So maybe I'll do it in a live stream, play for several hours where we can get loads of research done, maybe get another laser turret damage done, get the Cobra Axe done. Therefore, I can get loads of clearing done. People can come and watch it if they want and chat, and we can talk about stuff about the factory. And I can do a live stream because I've been wanting to do one again for a little while. But maybe with the power armor and stuff, we can do it like that. I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, it is going to involve a lot of biter slaying at some point to clear all the area we need. But as soon as I've got the power armor, that's going to be quite fun to do. Anyway, we come up to Iron 4 because we finally need to get this iron patch laid out. We've had access to it for a very long time, just not needed it yet. But now Iron 3 is depleting. Iron 4 needs to have its miners filled out. And one thing I've noticed now, after recording this, is I've done the name for Iron 4 wrong. It should be an I and then a V, not 4 I's. That's not how, that's how Roman numerals work. So I need to go and correct that. I've not really noticed that. Anyway, we get all these laid out. I have enough to cover the whole patch because I had loads on me. I still have quite a few, and we get all the belts in. This is all at 8 times speed. The episode's all a bit all over the place. The start, I think, was at 10 times speed. Now we're at 8 times speed. And then the end bit is like 6 times speed or something. I don't know. There was 2.5 hours worth of footage. Again, I wanted to get certain things done. And then I just use various speeds to just make it fit in the episode nicely. You get to see lots of it. I don't have to cut out too much. I'm going to try and only really cut out biter slaying, to be honest. Although it does make these bits nice and quick. We get most of the patch running, missing a couple of miners there with power poles at the bottom. But Iron 4 is now running, so we shouldn't have any more iron problems that we've been having the last couple of episodes. And we get the Madzuri loader in as well, because this patch should be here for a little while. So we need that increased speed of loading. But yeah, I want to use the fast time speed because I just want to get certain things done in an episode. I don't want to drag it out over 3 or 4 episodes. I just want to get it done, get it out of the way so we can get to the next stage of the factory. So I was a bit short on turrets here, so I put down all the ones I have, and then I have to get back to the factory because it's my only means of killing stuff. So if I pull anything and I don't have any turrets, I can't actually kill them. So we get back and we're going to grab some more turrets. And then we get on with the next part of the episode where I wanted to expand our steel production, which will be done in the factory for a little bit. But like earlier, I said the next outpost is probably going to be steel. So once we've got the outpost for steel making enough, we can convert the steel smelting bits just to iron or copper or whatever we need. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, one thing I've failed to keep up with and mentioning this episode is the science we're getting done. At the start of the episode, we finished shooting speed 6, so that's going to help with our laser turrets a little bit. Sorry, laser shooting speed 6, just to be very precise on that. We then got logistics robots done because we had construction robots available, but we hadn't actually done the logistic robot research. So we have those done. We can go and set those up. We have the assembler in place for it. In fact, no, we finished logistics robots and I set the assembler. So yeah, that's in place. We just need the steel to actually make them. The steel's not actually getting that far down the bus, so that's why we're laying out some more steel smelting. Then after the logistics robot, we got the personal solar panel research done, which I'm not actually going to use. I'm not using solar panels anyway. I know that doesn't really apply to the personal one, but I'm not going to bother using the personal solar panel as well anyway. I always just jump straight to the personal reactor or personal... Is it reactor? I can never remember the name of it, but you know what I mean. So we'll get that done soon. We've done the personal roboport because I want to get one of those soon. Now we've got logistics robots. I want the personal roboport. It's going to make construction so much quicker. So the times where I'm expanding circuit production, these areas, I can just go and place the blueprint and have the construction robots do it for me. That's going to be absolutely fantastic. So yeah, I kind of want to get that done. Basically, there's just a list of things I want to do before we kick off Kovrax, because Kovrax 6,000 science packs, so it's going to take a very long time. So there's certain things I want to have done while we're just sitting there and having that running. So that is mainly me getting my power armor up and running. So I'm probably going to want the legs done and at least the basic shields done, and then I can just get on with using that while Kovrax runs. But I don't know, maybe I'll do bits of Kovrax where we just use all the current high-tech packs. Then when they run out, we can do some other bits that don't use it and let them build up again, because they do buffer quite a bit on that long belt we've got. We've also done logistics system. We also did a quick crafting speed upgrade there as well, just because I wanted it. We did the logistics system for the requester chests, because I'm going to feed the logistics system robots with requester chests, so I kind of need them for that to work. Then we've just finished electric energy distribution 2, because I need substations for my nuclear reactor layout to work. The medium poles don't actually reach far enough, so I got that done as well. I could actually have started making them now, but I didn't bother. Oh no, I skipped. We stopped electronic distribution 2 to let the science packs buffer, and we did a quick crafting research. Now we're back on doing the substations. I thought that was a bit quick. We just have a look at this point at the evolution scale, which is at 0.946, so getting very close to the 0.95. While I've been babbling on about all this science and everything, we've been collecting a load of stuff to do a bit more of the reactor power layout. I'm not going to get it finished this episode. I'll make an effort to get it done next episode, but we do really need the extra power. And I was a bit worried about the how many units of uranium-365 we would have. We have 89 at the moment, and we still have about 20 in the chest, or 19 in the chest feeding the assembler, which is then going to still have several 365s waiting to be assembled into power cells. I forgot the name of them then for a second. And then there's still going to be loads of those sat there in the assembler and in the reactor. So we've got plenty of 365 coming in to feed at least one reactor. I'll probably get a second one running next episode, but leave it at that until we get Kovrax. But you'll see later on in the episode, we really do need that extra power. But if we can at least get half that reactor layout running, that should be enough for now. Maybe I'll get some more accumulators laid out just to deal with those really strong bursts of laser fire. So next up in the episode is I wanted to expand the electronics outpost a little bit more. Just get that producing as many green circuits as we can, because we really need as many processing units as we can for high-tech science packs. But before we can even get started on that, we get a attack at Iron 4, so I have to go and add some turrets at the bottom, because we didn't have enough before, but I didn't really think they were going to attack the bottom like that, so I add those in, and we finally get electronic distribution 2 finished. So we got those precious accumulators for the power layout, and to be honest, accumulators are my favourite for pretty much everything anyway, apart from the big poles. But the next thing we set up is the portable fusion reactor. That was the name I was trying to think of earlier. But yeah, there we go. So we come in and double up the belts feeding the iron, because there's just not enough iron coming through to feed one column. And to be honest, I could probably put even more miners down. And we have to shoehorn that in. I don't like how I've laid out this area at all, but I promise I won't rebuild it until I have a personal roboport and some construction robots. And we get yet another attack over at Iron 4. I didn't put any on the other side of the track because, of course, they're going to attract biters from that side as well. So we go back yet again, putting that in. You can see several times the power is just... I don't know if it's just a capacity issue where it just does it with lasers anyway, where everything shuts off and accumulate. There's just not enough accumulators providing power. But yeah, I cock up trying to get back to electronic circuits. We pull a load of biters, so we have to bring them back to coal 2. Oh, these numbers are really going to confuse me. I should have a list out in front of me, really, because this is getting annoying. So we head back to the factory yet again, because I need some extra turrets and some other extra bits and bobs. And turrets weren't really being produced very well earlier because there wasn't enough steel coming through. So we've also downgraded the inserters, inserting steel into the assemblers for laser turrets as well, to normal inserters, just because we want a lot of steel to get through, and we want some to feed the assemblers, but not all of it, and it was taking quite a lot of it. We also try and come and grab some electronic furnaces from the production science area, but there's not actually very many there waiting, so we can't use any of those, so we just grab a load of stuff to make some manually, because I want to put in another 2 rows of copper smelting and a row of iron smelting. We also get an attack in the turrets I left down at Coal 1, but to be honest, it's not very important, so I ignore that for now. I don't really mind if that all gets destroyed. And we run out of fuel in the car just before we get there. Luckily, there is a coal outpost here, but if we'd have carried on in a straight line, the train would have taken us out and killed us. So next up, we're going to be laying out these smelting areas. This is at times 4. I think I said it was at times 8 earlier, but this section of the episode is at times 4. We did actually have a cut at last visit at Iron 4, just because I had to take a break, because there was, I'd been playing for 2.5 hours today. It is Sunday, but this will be going out on Tuesday, because my next episode, I think, is going to take all week for me to produce it. A, because I'm not going to have time with work and everything, but B, I want to do quite a lot of bite slaying. We need to expose a new iron patch, probably a new copper patch as well. In fact, several iron patches if we're going to be doing a steel outpost, but to be able, sorry, my speech really failing me yet again today, but to be able to do that bite pushing with the lasers, we're going to need more power, because I really don't think it's strong enough now because of the amount of defenses we've got out there being attacked quite regularly. With me doing bite pushing at the same time, we're just simply not going to have enough power, and then we're going to start losing defenses in certain places, and I'm just not going to have the time to deal with it. But I promise we're very close to being fully on top of these biter attacks. I think one more laser turret damage will really put us in a comfortable place against Behemoth. So I just can't decide whether to do the Kovacs first and then do the laser turret damage, or get the laser turret damage done, get it out of the way so that I have my power armor, I've got strong lasers, and Kovacs can take as long as it likes. I'm still going to do some other research in between Kovacs, because high-tech's not going to be enough to have it running fully. So we'll just do it until all the high-tech science packs on the belts have been used up, and then we'll go back to it once it's buffered again, and we'll get through it just as fast as we would anyway, but we can do some lower levels of science at the same time. So we shoehorn in the extra copper smelting we've got done. I absolutely hate this area right now. It's a complete mess, but when we get a bit more space in this area, because that is one of our big concerns, is just space, I will get this area producing a hell of a lot more green circuits, and we're also going to expand it as well, but we do need the extra iron smelting done. I just didn't bring enough electronic smelters with me. So we come and push these up here. We've got to push these biter bases back to fit this in. Otherwise, it'll just get attacked constantly and it'll just get ruined. Or it'll ruin our power supply at least anyway. So we get all this cleared up and pushed back. So there was a bit of a bad attack on the anti-expansion defenses north of the main factory smelting, but I kind of ignored it because I want to get this done here. We also lose a turret near the steam power, but yeah, I should have really have ignored those attacks, because we'll see in a minute how badly it goes. But anyway, we finished laying out this area. I do really need to clear all the biters south of the main line, sort of. It's not all the biters northeast of the steam power. I should really clear all that out, and then put anti-expansion along the tracks just south of me here, because then we'd have a nice clear area there. But I forget to put those turrets at the end, and we do get a bit of an attack from the biters before I get this area finished. Anyway, we get all the inserters laid out. There's now not going to be enough iron to feed this whole thing. We've got nearly enough copper. I couldn't really work out a good ratio for yellow belts, but there's basically going to be 4 green circuit assemblers on either side. Is that how I've laid it out now? Yeah, because that's how many a single blue belt of copper can feed. And then I'll just do lots of rows like this, and this area will just become stupidly big, and it'll just have to constantly be fed with absurd amounts of copper and iron. And with our poor richness patches, that's going to be such a challenge. So yeah, every time I do biter slaying to expose patches, I'm going to have to expose more and more and more. And then when I'm building outposts, it's not going to be me just building one like with iron to 4 today. I'll be laying out 3 or 4, but it'll be 2 or 3 minutes of the episode. I'll just edit it down, make it really quick. But yeah, I certainly need to get my method of biter slaying to become very quick, so that we can expose those patches really quickly, and it's not taking me ages like it is with the laser pushing. So yeah, I really need to get working on I still think even with the nerf, the flamer and destroyer robots is the best way to clear biters, because I can just run around doing it. To begin with, I'm obviously going to have to do a combo with laser turrets, but it should hopefully speed it up a little bit, having a personal roboport to place down the turrets and pick them up, but also having a flamer so I can just go and take out the nests while the turrets deal with the actual biters and stuff. So yeah, those defenses that got destroyed have allowed a base through. We also get an attack down in the southeast, but I don't really care about that one so much, because it's not actually anti-pollution attacks. In fact, they're not actually there to stop anything, really. So we come and clear these up. As these rows here get damaged, I'm going to have to improve them. But I think I've decided next episode, I'm going to do a huge amount of biter slaying. All the biters north of me up to those lakes, I'm probably going to start clearing all of that out. Or at least that's what I'm considering doing. I have to sit down and actually work out if that's a wise thing to do. But next episode, I'm definitely going to finish off the reactor layout, or at least half of it. Get some of my power armor all sorted out. I'm going to have to collect a hell of a lot of stuff to get that all done. But yeah, we end the episode with a nice view of the map. It's the area north of the electronic circuits outpost I'm considering clearing. No idea where this attack came from at the stone bit here. But with all that said and done, that's going to be all we have time for. Thank you so much for watching. I do hope you have enjoyed, and please do come and join me in the next episode. Bye-bye.